Okay, so today's opener is going to go ahead and do a review for what's going to show on our quiz that we're going to take in just a minute. So when we're solving two-step equations, we're always going to start the exact same way. Anytime we solve equations, we always start the exact same way by circling our variable and drawing our line of equality. Now, because it's two steps, I can't just pick a random number to get rid of first to get the variable by itself. I have to follow a certain order. Jalen, what's the order I'm going to follow in order to determine what to get rid of first? That was a mouthful of words. So, how do I know where I start in order of getting rid of these two numbers to get the variable by itself? What do we use to help identify what to get rid of? Yeah, SADMAP. That's what I'm looking for. So remember, SADMAP is just order of operations PEMDAS backwards. So we have subtraction, addition, division, multiplication, exponents, and parentheses. So Jalen, when we're looking at this, according to SADMAP, what number am I going to get rid of first? The plus 7. The inverse operation for plus 7 is going to be minus 7. And then we're going to do the golden rule. Whatever we do on one side of the line of equality, we must do to the other. So, on my left side, I bring down what, Jalen? You're going to do this whole problem for me. Okay? Then I put my equal sign on my line of equality, and then on my right side? Okay. Now we're down to a one-step equation. So how do I get the variable by itself from here, Jalen? On both sides. That cancels on my left. I bring down my variable. 12 divided by 4? 3. Perfect. Nice job. All right, Jair. After I circle my variable and I draw my line of equality, what's the next step I do in order to get the variable by itself?
Minus 7 on both sides.
Okay. And what do I bring down on my left side?
B divided by 3
Equals?
equals 12.
Okay.
12
So now I need to get the b by itself. So what do I do from here?
times 3.
So the opposite of division is multiply by 3. So I'm going to multiply each side by 3. Left side is b equals?
36.
12 times 3 is 36. Good. All right.
What up, man?
Moving right along. So now my bottom left.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, Damon, after I circle my variable and draw my line of equality, what's the next thing that you should probably do?
Oh, I do not. I skip those.
Can somebody help me? After.
Wait, huh? Wait, say it one more time. I got you. I know what to do.
Okay, so after you circle your variable and draw your line of equality, because this is a kind of a, because we have a variable and a number both at our top, we're going to put that in parentheses. That's going to be our clue that we're going to not mess with that, but get rid of that 2 last. So if I'm going to get rid of that 2 last, how do I get rid of the 4? Multiply it by 4. Because the opposite of division right here is multiply.
Okay.
So on my left side, I now bring down. And then on my right side, what's negative 3 times 4?
Oh, then it's like all the way and stuff like that. Okay.
And then to get the c by itself, what do we do? On both sides. Now pay attention to your positive and negatives. Don't let it mess you up. So we're going to have c equals negative 12 minus 2.
Negative 12.
So think about it. Negative 12 is like you owe me $12.
Negative 14.
Very good. Nice. Negative 14.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah. Nice job.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. God.
Okay.
I'm true to it.
Now this one's probably one of my favorites because you can solve it in 2 different ways.
True.
So you can either solve it by just following SADMAP, or you can solve it by first distributing, then using SADMAP. It's all about personal preference. It's how you prefer to solve it. So raise your hand if you want to solve this one for me. All right, David.
Single verb, direct line, and then gonna do plus 1. Then gonna put plus 1.
Now time out. Where's that plus 1 located? In parentheses, right? And when do I do parentheses?
You do it last.
Okay, so where do I start instead?
What is it?
So if I can't do anything in the parentheses, what do I have to get rid of first to get the variable by itself?
You gotta get rid of don't you have to get rid of 15? No.
If I want to get the variable by itself, what do I have to get rid of? You want to show me?
Yeah.
Come show me. So remember, our ultimate goal is to get this variable by itself, right? So if I want to get this variable by itself, that means anything that's on this side with the variable I have to get rid of. But I know I can't get rid of the -1 because it's in parentheses. So what number do I have to get rid of?
The 5.
The 5. And how am I going to do that?
You gonna what is it?
So anytime a 5 touches parentheses, it means to
Divide.
multiply. The opposite of multiply is,
Divide.
so we're going to divide by 5 on both sides. Okay?
All right.
That was a tricky one. So now on my left side, I'm ready to bring down the D minus 1. And on my right side, David, what's 15 divided by 5?
15. 3.
3. Now, from here, I'm down to a one-step equation. I have D minus 1 equals 3. So how do I get the D by itself?
What is it?
So now I want to get the D by itself, so what do I have to get rid of?
You gotta get rid of the -1.
And how do I do that?
You put +1.
Yeah, now you can do that plus 1. Cancel. D equals 3 plus 1? 4. Box it. Good job. Okay. So you have that. Once you have that down, go ahead and flip on the back. Hopefully you made some progress on the back side. The notes and the worksheets. One note sheet, one worksheet goes to Kyle. And then the other 2, just put it in the folder for extra. No, I don't think he's here today. All right, let's take a look at the backside now. 4 more to go. Okay. So we have negative 4e plus 8 equals negative 16. Deja, what do I do first?
You're going to make that positive 8 and negative,
Good.
and you're going to do it on the other side.
That cancels. I bring down my negative 4e. What's negative 16 minus 8?
Ain't negative?
I'll be done. That's chicken.
Negative 24, yeah. Now, how do I get this e by itself? Am I going to add 4?
Yes. Like, no.
Why not? How do I know that it's not plus 4? What's that 4 doing?
Oh, because it's by the E, so you gotta do division.
Yeah, because that 4 is touching the variable, it means to multiply. So we're going to do the opposite and divide. So I'm going to divide each side by what?
4.
What kind of 4 is that?
A negative.
A negative 4. So my 4's cancel on my left. I bring down my e. And now I look at negative 24 divided by negative 4.
Negative 6.
Say it again.
Negative 6.
We're dividing. Negative 24 divided by 4.
That's what I did. Wait.
It is negative 6.
Oh, negative 6. I'm sorry. I thought you said something else. That was my fault. My fault.
Negative 6.
Right, it's a negative.
Positive 6.
I got a negative 6.
I don't know. Type in your calculator. Negative
Oh,
24
it's saying something
divided by negative 4.
Oh, yeah, 2 negatives make positive.
That's right. 2 negatives equal positive.
Yeah, he just said that. That's what I'm saying.
Is that so? You're just mimicking what he said. All right. We're going to go to our top right. As soon as I circle my variable and I draw my line of equality,
That negative 2.
what should I do to this? You're right, but what should I do first to know that I'm going to start with that negative 2?
I'll put a parentheses.
Parentheses. We're going to go ahead and put the number and the variable in parentheses so that I know according to SADMAP I do that last. Now, because this is dividing, I'm going to do the opposite of divide as Naman said, and I'm going to multiply each side by what did you say again?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. I'm going to take that negative with it.
And on the right side, it's going to get positive 4.
Good. So negative 2 times negative 2 is actually going to equal positive 4. So on my left side, I'm going to go ahead and bring down the f
Then negative 5.
minus 5.
Then put that plus 5, take it away, get the f by itself. Then after that's going to be f equals 5. Then box your answer.
Nice job.
Yeah, I kept trying, man. It's just too easy.
Did it just click? All right. I think this next one is possibly a little bit more difficult. We have 4 plus g divided by negative 2 equals 6. So when you come to a more difficult problem or one that you're not used to solving, refer back to SADMAP. So if we're looking at SADMAP, do I have any subtraction here, you guys?
No,
No.
you don't.
Do I have any addition? What?
No, plus 4, girl.
The 4. So how do I get rid of this positive 4? Negative 4. Good.
Just put it on the other side.
So that cancels. On my left side, I bring down g divided by negative 2. And then on my right side, what's 6 minus 4?
6 minus 4, 2.
2. Okay.
What? That's all?
No, I'm not done yet. Is the variable by itself?
No. You gotta do multiplication.
By.
2.
So if I just do it by a 2, I'm not totally canceling out the negative 2.
Negative 2.
Yeah, make sure you take that negative with it.
You know what I mean.
So then 2 times negative 2, what type of 4? Negative 4.
Negative 4. Multiplication stronger than this. Girl. Yeah.
Be negative.
I'm doing everything now. I'm gonna, next time I'm gonna write this.
All right, Danier. After I circle my variable, I draw my line of equality. What do I get rid of first? How do I do that?
What you gonna do is,
How so? How am I going to get rid of it? What's the inverse operation of what it's asking me to do? Now, keep in mind, is this number touching parentheses? So what does that mean to do? Jaden, can you help her? If a number is touching parentheses, what operation does that mean to do? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? No. Anytime a number touches parentheses, it means to time, multiply. So if we want to get rid of the 3, we do the inverse operation of multiplication, which is what? What's the opposite of multiplication, you guys?
divide.
Division. So we're going to divide each side by negative 3.
Negative 3.
Okay, so on the left side, we bring down h minus 5. On the right side, I'm going to take 18 divided by negative 3. Or not I am. You guys are. Negative 6. All right? Almost finished with this one. How do I get the h by itself?
You doing it regular way?
We're going to plus 5.
That's why.
Yeah, I didn't distribute. You're fine. If you distribute it, that's fine. So then on my left side, I bring down, and on my right side, I bring down, good job, negative 1.
That's
That's the answer.
zero edge.